Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Jorge the Mentor. Today we're going to talk about the importance of owning your home. Now think about this. You're going to need somewhere to live for the rest of your life, and rents have been proven to only increase over time. So whatever you're paying today to rent, guess what? In 5 or 10 years, it's going to be double. However, whenever you own your property, the most common type of loan is a 30-year fixed mortgage, which means that your mortgage payment is going to stay the same for 30 years and it will never change as long as you don't modify or change or refinance the loan. So that right there is going to generate you more money over time, because 5 to 10 years from now, again, renting and then paying double or triple after 20 years when your payment is still going to be the same. And potentially, depending on where you live, the mortgage payment where you own could be the same or slightly higher than where you rent. So in the short term, it might be a little more challenging. However, there's a lot of strategies and techniques that you could implement to leverage the rent. For example, we are in the sharing economy where it's very normal to share, cars and to share homes. So if you simply rent out one bedroom, whether it's a long-term agreement or a short-term agreement like Airbnb, it'll potentially get you to pay the same or even less than what you pay renting an apartment or someone else's house. And again, when you're renting somebody else's property, you're only contributing to their long-term wealth and their family's legacy instead of your long-term wealth and your family's legacy. So I want to talk about five of the most beneficial reasons why you would want to own a property. So number one, there's tax benefits, right? So you're able to write off the interest on all of your payments. So at the end of the year, when you meet with your CPA, you're going to get more benefits and incentives because you own a home. You do not get these benefits when you rent, okay? Number two, cash flow. You have the opportunity to potentially profit from a property you own. Simple example, when I bought my first property in 2012, my payment for the property I owned was $1,800, and I had 4 bedrooms. I rented 3 bedrooms at $600 each, and I ended up paying $0 every single month, when the year before I was renting. So everything that I was paying when I was renting, I was now saving, since I no longer had to pay that every month at the property I own. I know your situation may be different if you have kids, if you're married, but especially if you don't have kids, and maybe it's just you or you and your significant other, this would be a great strategy to leverage the rents and to get other people to pay for your mortgage payment. Okay? Number 3 is appreciation. You can buy, for example, I bought my first property again in 2012, and 6 years later in 2018, it's worth more than double from what I purchased it. Now, what caused it, to increase in value over time? Just the market. It's the real estate market. Even though there's ups and downs in the real estate market over the years, like if you look at the last 100 years from here to here, even though there's crashes and corrections, it's still a straight line if you just look at all the ups and everything. So ultimately, no matter what, real estate appreciates over time. Just look at what it's done in the last 100 years. It always goes up more even after it takes a little dip. Okay, so that's appreciation. And then you're able to then take out some of that equity. So let me give you an example. If you bought a property for for $200,000, and 10-15 years later it's worth $500,000, you could then take out $100,000, and now you're so let me backtrack a little bit. Say you bought it at $200,000, and 10-15 years later that $200,000 property is now worth $500,000. You could have a new loan of $400,000 and extract all that equity. You just need to leave 20% of the value in the loan, and you can extract 80% of the property's equity. Which then, my recommendation is, if you ever take out money from your property, the only reason you should be doing that is if that money is going to make you more money. Don't take out equity to buy a car, to pay off student debt, to pay off credit card debt. That is not a wise, intelligent financial decision. Only take out money from your property if it's going to generate you more money than what it costs you to take it out. Okay? The next reason is depreciation. I believe the number of years is 27 years. I know that's what it is in California. I'm not sure if it is in every state, but it should be similar. Essentially, you could deduct a percentage of your property's depreciating value, in the sense that the property over time, through wear and tear, you're going to have to make repairs and upgrades and things like that. So that's actually a great incentive that the IRS gives you for owning a property, is you can take on additional tax incentives, write-offs, and deductions, because that property is losing value over time, in the sense of the physicalness, the bones, where you might have to upgrade paint or roof over time, but the property itself is going up in value because of the market. Okay, the last one is what I started with. You have a fixed payment for 30 years. So if you buy a property today and your payment of principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, say it's $2,000, guess what? As long as you don't modify it, it'll be $2,000 for the next 10, 20, and 30 years until you pay it off, or until somebody else pays it off. And the great thing is, if you want to, after 2 years or a couple years, if you decide to move out and buy something bigger and better, now you have a rental property. And again, because you bought it back then when rents were lower, and by the time you actually have someone else paying your mortgage down, contributing to your long-term wealth, it's possible that you will profit from the rents coming in, with a short-term or a long-term strategy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment below with your favorite strategy, and let me know when you plan to become a homeowner. Comment below. Lastly, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, so you can be notified every time I upload a video. I'll see you guys next time.